Today we're going to read the scripture of the Tower of Babel. It's found in Genesis chapter 11. What you must know is that before the story of the Tower of Babel is a story of the flood, when Noah was called upon the Lord because of, nope, that's duct tape, because of the firm foundation that Noah had. Because truly God calls us where we are to serve Him and for us to be secure in the firm foundation that He presents to us every single day. Let us open our hearts and our minds for the reading of today. At one time, all the people of the world spoke the same language and used the same words. As the people migrated to the east, they found a plain on the land of Babylonia and settled there. They began saying to each other, "Let's make bricks and harden them with fire." In this region, bricks were used instead of stone, and tar was used for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let's build a great city for ourselves, with a tower that reaches into the sky. This will make us famous and keep us from being scattered all over the world." But the Lord came down to look at the city and the tower and the people were building. "Look," He said, "the people are united, and they all speak the same language. After this, nothing they set out to do will be impossible for them." In that way, the Lord scattered them all over the world, and they stopped building the city. That is why the city was called Babel, because that is where the Lord confused the people with different languages. In this way, He scattered them all over the world. This is the word inspired by God for us, the children of God. Thanks be to God. It doesn't make sense, right? The world is united. They all speak one language. They're capable of building a great city, a great tower, and I'm sure a bunch of other things. Why? Because they were able to build the tower. Imagine thousands of years before Jesus was born, someone had the ability to speak the same language, and there was peace. And now you're telling me that God came and messed that up? Have you ever thought about that? It's crazy, right? Well, it is not. And today, my hope is that together we explore the why of the many things that we are given in a bucket. We are trying to change the world, not because the world is broken, but because there is a promise of a better world. Because it is not enough for us to speak the same language. It is not enough for us to build great cities. It's not. It's more. It's deeper than that. We are called to build something. Question is, what are you building today? Are you building something for yourself? Elise, the guitar comes with strings attached, right? Do you see what I did there? Thank you. Tudum-tum. Yes. The idea is that you use it. And if you use it with love, imagination, and for others, you will be unstoppable. That's the idea. tell you the truth, it doesn't matter what you do with the guitar as long as you do it with those three things: hope, faith, and love. Let's build something that changes the world. To change the world, in this chapter of the book that we are been reading for the summer from John Maxwell, we have been paying attention to different things that will improve the world, that will recharge, in a way, the world. Where do you pluck this? Right? We are called to change the world, not because the world is broken, but because there is a promise of a better world together. And in the chapter that we are considering this week, if you don't measure the success that you're having at changing the world, then that means that what you're doing doesn't matter. How many of us go to the doctor so the doctor can measure the hair that grows inside of your nose? Nobody. The only person that tells you is your spouse. I think you need to... I see you all laughing because I know it's true. It happened to me just this week. No, when you go to the doctor, they measure what? Your blood, your behavior, your eyesight, and all the other things because they matter. You know, recently I have been paying attention to all these stories about sports that have nothing to do about winning the race or the game. If you're my friend on Facebook, you will see that I found a story about two baseball players. One of them was batting, the other one's pitching. The pitcher threw the ball hard, hit the batter on the head. A couple minutes were very scary for the families. At some point, they realized that the kid was okay. He got up. He jumped and went to first. What nobody realized is that the pitcher was not moving. The pitcher was not pitching. The pitcher was out of control. He was crying. Why? Because he was afraid. He was shocked. And he was in the loneliest place on earth. The pitcher mound is the loneliest place where you against someone with a bat. You bring a ball to a bat fight, pretty much. And what does the runner do? He goes to him, and I'm sure the plan was not to hug him, but that's what he did. And so baseball isn't about baseball anymore. It's about something deeper. That kid knew how to keep the real score. In the same way, I found another story about a woman who was set to win the race. And she was just running and running and running and running. And then she realized that there was another runner who had no hands. Well, it doesn't matter. You're in a race. You don't need hands, right? Wrong. The guy couldn't drink water. What did she do? She slowed down and helped him drink water. It cost her the race, but not the victory. Now I know her name. And I invite you to know her name. But if I tell you the name, you will forget it. So your job is to go Google it. Runner who gave up the race to help somebody drink water. Runner, no hands, needs help with water. Google it anyway. You will find it. And do not forget her name. Because while she lost the race, she got victory. Because what is important is what gets measured. We have to assess each outcome objectively with a firm foundation, so that even though you have a board, it doesn't move. Measure and assess. You should not be measuring things by how they feel. You should not be doing things simply because of how they are moved through your heart and your minds. Because, this is what your feelings get. You should not be doing that. However, sometimes when you have a firm foundation, you'll always have a better chance. Now we're talking, because I got what I needed. However, who needs happiness here? Who needs healing? Raise your hand. Joy, how much happiness you want? Happiness, yeah, 1 inch, 2 inches? 7 inches. All right, 7 inches. Here? No? Nah, right here. I think this is what you need. Oh, sorry. Not going to happen. There you go. That's what you get. But I think that there's a better foundation, don't you think? There's a better foundation than just winging it. So don't have the foundation in your life as your feelings. Find a better foundation. So what is your foundation? What is the one thing that you can fall back into? The thing that you know it doesn't move. 250. Do you think I can pull a hole through this? That's right. What is your firm foundation, my friends? Think about it. As you go out around life, do you simply just do it, wing it? What is the firm foundation that you have? When you're in trouble, where do you go? Consider the story of the people of Babylonia. Leaders who could achieve anything that they wanted to, and they were just doing things by how they feel. It felt good to have the fame. It felt good to have a city. It felt good to be able to build a tower without purpose, because they could do it together. The problem is that they were doing it for ourselves. A tower that reaches into the sky is like a ruler. It's like saying, hey, look. Hey, Mom, right here. Look how big we are and what we can do. They wanted to display their success. Have you ever heard about humble brag? How people are like, oh, I'm so thankful about this. Oh, I could have not done it without any of you. That you know that you're truly bragging. My friends, find a firm foundation that helps you measure success in life. The people of Babylonia wanted to keep themselves pure. They wanted to be close. They don't want to share. They wanted to run the race. They wanted to score the run. That's it. John Maxwell and the story of Genesis are helping us to say that whatever is important and whatever truly matters is what gets measured. And this is why God did not like this. They were doing things for themselves. Self-gratification is evil. And now, mind you, it's not that I'm against doing things for you. God knows that. Yesterday, I got up at 5 in the morning to go to Vieira to play states. Our record is 5-1. They're playing semifinals now. It's a great thing. I woke up at 5 in the morning. However, around 9:30, my younger son calls me and says, Daddy, where are you? Oh, I'm playing softball. But why are you not here? Oh, because I am with my friends. But why are you not here? Because this is where the tournament is. And the third time is what got me. But why are you not here with me right now? Because I need to rest, kid. Because you drive me crazy sometimes. Oh, okay. I needed a Sabbath, and that's what I choose. Sabbath is not rest to me. So I go and sweat and play ball with my friends. Why? Because we all need that time. So it's not that I am against caring for yourself. It's just that that is not the priority. Because self-serving and self-gratification are evil. They have no place in this world, in this creation. Pay attention to the story of Matthew 21, where Jesus is at the temple. And he sees all these merchants selling doves and animals to sacrifice for a prophet. They have a store inside of the place of worship. That means that the people that came to worship had no place to worship. They were thinking about themselves, about the business side of things. And so Jesus did what? Toby, you want to flip that table? Do it like Jesus. No? That's okay. Don't do it. You'll get in trouble. No. Don't be tempted. But truly, think about Jesus going. This is the all-loving man that we know, and in this is displaying righteous anger. Why? Because all these people selling all these things is just about themselves. They have an amazing guitar, and why do they choose to only sing for profit? They don't sing to friends. They don't sing anywhere, but only for profit. So Jesus gets angry and angry and angry and angry until his righteous anger overflows and is displayed for us to teach us a lesson. Because self-gratification, me, is wrong. So wake up from the distraction of your own reflection. God scattered the people of Babylonia because they were foolish to think that the thing that matters was themselves. They were doing it. They were all about doing it, but they didn't have the right goal, which is why we have to pay attention to the good leadership that has been offered for us. Martin Luther King is quoted to say in 1957, to say, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Your life, your talents, your wealth. What is it doing for others? If it's only for you, you're going to be scattered. That's the warning shot. What are you doing for others? So we have to measure and assess what is it that we're doing for others. The tables, the invitation for tables for aid is about you, but it's also about the people that will benefit your life. The encouragement is that you gather because it's better together. Because together we go far. And far we find purpose. And in that purpose we give the glory to God. And God blesses us with even more than that. So take a chance to meet new people, to gather and to create bonds of friendship. Because even though algunas veces hablamos un idioma diferente, we can speak the same language in love. Because there is a better foundation. If you are paying attention to the book that we are reading, you will find that they're talking about discover, design, deploy, document, and dream. Those are tools. Some of those tools will help you to just quickly put it back together with Gorilla Glue or Gorilla Tape. Others will help you to take the nails out of your life, because this is you. This is your time. This is your talent. This is what you have. This is the element that builds that which you want to build. Some of it, and this is where you have to be careful, sometimes you say things, and you meant to say things in love, but use the wrong tools. So sometimes you have to take that which you said, which you tried to do it in love, but you have to try to fix it. But even though you fix it, it's not going to be the same, right? It's not. Even when you try to put it back, it's not going to, because you used the wrong tool for it. Sometimes we need a different tool. So discover, design, deploy, document, and dream. If you read them, it will give you tools for you to find the appropriate approach to get the finished work done. However, none of them are more important than faith, hope, and love. And of these ones, the one that is the greatest is love. So you can have fun with different tools. Hammer. Sometimes you have to throw away that which doesn't work. But what is it missing? If the point of the story is that we need to measure that which is worth, and we're going to measure happiness so that we can share happiness and joy and hope, what is the one thing that I am missing from all these tools that I show you today? The clue is in the name. What can effectively measure something? A tape measure. So sometimes it's not about simply doing it, it's about doing it right. And tape measure is this. It's a wonderful tape measure. And so if you are walking through life and you say, Ruth, how much love do you need today? Think about it. And I'm going to give it to you, not in my own strength, and not in my own eye view, but if you need a whole foot of it, it's right here. And sometimes it stops. But you have to be persistent, my friend, because sometimes you don't get it right the first time. You have to keep going. Why? Because you know you have the right tool, and you measure it right. This is a foot of love, and you can only achieve that measurement if you know and become familiar with the measurement that is given to us. So, my friends, let's pay attention. Let's measure what really matters. Our life depends on it, and the purpose of changing the world does as well. Would you pray with me?